Goodbye, Black Ops 3. In all your glory, we say goodbye to you as a great game that passed through this channel. A great game that will always be remembered as fun, zombie killing. So amazing, so great. You will always be in our heart. Now, let's talk about Black Ops 3. Everything wrong, everything perfect, and everything up about it. This is our final goodbye to Black Ops 3. This is the end, man. The end of Black Ops 3 on this channel for a while. I will be streaming Telltale's A Walking Dead Season 2. So, another zombie game that is rather amazing and great. And I really like it. I mean, I've played Season 1. The one with, Lee. The one with Lee. I played it for the PS3. The one with Lee, I played it for the PS3. Yes! And now I'm going to play Season 2. Now that's after this, obviously. After I finish this. After I go through everything I've done in the game. And we talk about Black Ops 3. Everything about Black Ops 3. The good, the bad, and the ugly. What was good about Black Ops 3? What made it good? Let's start with that. Well, actually, let's start with the bad. Okay, the bad. Servers. The servers have been crap since day one. Now, obviously, they've gotten better, but I remember the first day I started on this, I streamed. Zombies was crap. The servers for zombies were so horrible. There was literally 8 people in a lobby. And you guys could look back at my past streams and see this and be like, what? Why is there 8 people in the lobby? Yeah, I didn't know either. And then they start to fix it, would only let 4 people in. But then it would be harder for you to find a match. You'd be assuming like, wait, before I could find a match easily, but it would just be like 8 people in a match. But it would glitch out and kick some people out. Then they fixed it. Now there's 4 people in a match, everything's normal. But it's kind of hard to find a match. And so the servers have been I mean, honestly, I was expecting servers to be amazing from day one. Because you gotta think about this. Call of Duty, they push their online. That's what they're known for, their online aspect. They're not known for having the world's best storyline, and that's why people play it. They play it for the online, so you would expect for a AAA company like this to be able to handle everything that's happening, but they didn't. Next, the storyline. The storyline was crap. I don't know. Now, I'm basing the storyline off of other Black Ops storylines. I'm not basing it off of Call of Duty storylines as a whole. I'm basing it off of Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 had a great, amazing, fun storyline that, had you playing for hours. The escape where you're riding on a motorcycle, you're feeling badass, you got a shotgun in one hand, you're like, shooting enemies and everything. Then Black Ops 2, you like jump between timelines and then you get to replay it again where you have like a death machine or a minigun or something crazy. Replayability. That's what those two had. The customization of your classes in Black Ops 2 gave you the replayability that I loved, because I was like, okay, I played through the story using this gun, and then I was like, wait, I beat the game and now I could use like a straight minigun, or I could use a war machine, I could use all this, holy crap, I'm gonna use this. And I used it and I played through levels. I was like, dang, I feel like a beast. Now, Black Ops 3 storyline, uninteresting and very bland. It fell flat in so many aspects. Story, which is, it makes up a story. I mean, I know it may not be making sense, but the storyline was crap. It was basically like, alright, so when you first start off in the game, you get to make your character, which isn't that good. They could have added way more aspects to make it where you could customize everything fully. And they do show your character's face in a number of ways. You know, every cutscene, you know, it shows your face. It's like, yeah, this is you. This is your character. Boom. But it's basically like, alright, choose guy or girl. Okay, Caucasian or alright, here a little bit tan. A little bit tanned. You know, just choose these faces. I would love like a color palette. You know, to choose any color in the world, not just plain colors. Yes, plain colors of the skin. Because that's basically, alright, a storyline, character, what is it gonna be? White, yep. That's basically what the norm is for storylines. And I was expecting for them to have, oh yeah, you could customize his face, his ears, his mouth, everything, blah. But no customization. So I did not feel connected to my main character. Even though I did make them, I was like, you know what, here, let me just pick that face. Okay, you know what, I'll pick a girl, might as well, right? Then the storyline, how it started was pretty cool. You know, you're on a mission, you have to save these people or whatever, you know, I don't know, do a mission, right? It's cool, yeah, you're doing your mission, you're like, alright, another day on the job, blasting some robots, blasting this, holy crap, this is crazy. Wait, I think I saw this before in Advanced Warfare, huh? Yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to compare them, but if you played Advanced Warfare storyline, then the first mission is pretty much the same. You go in, you're a normal person, you're like blasting, and then these people with like robot crap come on, and then they help you and they murder, and you're like, oh snap, it's pretty cool to be a robot. Or I mean half robot. In Advanced Warfare, it was the Atlas Corporation coming in and helping you with your mission, and they had the suits on, and you're like, damn, they're badass as hell. Now in Black Ops 3, they come in and have like the cybernetic augmentations and doing all this crazy like wall running and blasting and killing. You're like, oh crap, it's pretty cool to have those augmentations. And then an injury occurs to where you have to have them. Like, wait, like in Advanced Warfare? Exactly. You know, his arm got ripped off, so he has to have a robot arm. I don't know, I think Call of Duty likes robot arms. Because, I mean, in story mode, you get your arms ripped off, and then your freaking intestines are like getting smashed on by a robot. Now, it's pretty brutal. And like, you know, it shows the bones and the hands of everything. And then you get robot arms, and you get like robot like intestines and robot like body and stuff. And then, so you're like, okay, I'm half robotic, that's pretty cool. Oh, I could wall run, that's pretty interesting. And the first few missions are like, I don't know, they're kind of like trainings, I would say. The first few missions are trainings, and that's pretty much what they are. A simulation of what's happening, and you gotta do what it says. And then it kind of flash forwards from the first mission to where you get your augmentations to after that. Apparently, after you get your augmentations and then the next mission to where it's in real life, you and Hendrix had this great bonding. Hendrix is basically a co-main character that's throughout the game, but the main character, you, have this bond with Hendrix where you guys are pretty much like siblings, right? I don't have that feeling with Hendrix. While I'm playing the game, I'm like, who is this guy? He's random to me. But then my main character talks and like, yo, you know, we've been through a lot like this. And they're like, yeah, you remember? Just like old times. Why couldn't we play any of those old times so that we could have an actual bonding with Hendrix? It was very forced, and it didn't make me feel like I actually liked the characters, any of them. Spoilers, obviously, if I'm talking about the game and how it ended. There's obviously going to be spoils in here, so yeah. So the first person that dies, you know, a main character, and you can't see me, but I'm doing air quotes. A main character who's Diaz, when he died, you know, Hendrix was like, oh no, why, you don't have to die, man, we can save you. And then I'm like, my main character's like, bro, you need to, you know, touch on his head and then see his brain waves or whatever because that's how they do it. With the cybernetic robot stuff, you just put your hand on like the back of their neck, and you could read everything they're seeing, and you like take their information. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then Hendrix is like, no, he's my friend. I don't want to kill him. I'll do it. It'll kill him. And then I'm like, yeah, I don't care. But my main character was like, no, I know how you feel, man. We were there. We're basically like brothers. And I was like, what? Are you tripping? I barely played with this guy. I barely know his name. And we already killed him. Do you think I care about him? No. And every death felt the same. From Hendrix to, I don't know, the other main bad guy. I did not care for them at all. And the story kept telling me, oh yeah, your main character loves these people. This is like their family. Oh, they're dying. Oh, you should care a lot. It's just fate. There was not enough build up for me to have care for these characters. Plain and simple. That was the storyline. There was problems, obviously, with what was happening in the storyline. Some of the stuff didn't make sense. But it had nothing to do with the previous Black Ops. When you make a sequel, you're supposed to make them build on each other. Literally, the only reference to Black Ops 2 was when one of the, like, not even a main character, but a guy you, like, brush shoulders with, he's like, oh yeah, Raul Menendez, blah, blah, blah. Like, literally, Raul Menendez with Black Ops 2. That's the only connection this game has with Black Ops 2. I don't even think they're part of, a Black Ops Special Forces or anything like that. It definitely doesn't sound like it, and they definitely make no remarks. Oh yeah, we're the Black Ops, Special Forces. We're here to kick some ass. No, it doesn't seem like that. This game could have went on its own and been called something else, not Black Ops, and no one would have known the difference. No one would have thought, hey, should this be? I thought this was supposed to be a Black Ops game. Nope. I mean, unless you're thinking about zombies, because that's their thing. Then replayability. Let me see. Okay, the story was crap, and it had nothing to do with Black Ops 2, which was disappointing as all hell. No Woods, no Mason, no crazy stuff happening. There was crazy stuff happening in this one that made me like trip. Like, am I high? There's like, what? What's happening? Some AI is controlling me? Some AI is creating heaven and hell? Some life after death? The phone is ringing. I must answer it and see. I'll continue. Unknown name. I have no idea what they're calling. So, it was weird, with the AI and happening and everything. Like, literally, the climax and the main enemy were coming in the last few missions. As I was playing through most of the game, I was like, okay, when's the enemy gonna emerge? Because, for the first few missions, you're like, oh yeah, this guy right here who's been helping you train, he's the bad guy. And then I'm like, okay, whatever. Maybe it's just another mission. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta capture him again. Okay, I gotta capture him again. Okay, what? And then it's like, oh, he's a puppet. He's being controlled by someone. And then I'm like, what? And then at the very end, you're like, oh yeah, it's an AI. You gotta kill the AI. Like, what? Like, huh? A main enemy is supposed to be introduced relatively close to the exposition, and believe me, the exposition went all the way till the freaking end. Like, literally at the last mission, you were barely learning stuff. Like, what? Like, this is information you should have learned in the beginning first missions. Not right now, not at the end. Because before they found out that it was like someone controlling him or whatever, which it would have been amazing if they could have added something where it was like, oh, people are hacking our Igma, like our robotic shit inside of our head and making us do crazy things. And then your main character would have been feared for their life. But no, it's more like an AI is trying to protect the world, but then he's like a virus because he was an accident, and then he accidentally kills people, and then you're just like, That's just convoluted, not interesting, and kind of boring. So the storyline was flat. Replayability, nightmares. What? What do I say about nightmares? What do I say? Where do I start? It's literally. Do you hear me? Literally the exact copy and paste from the main story and all of the missions, all the cutscenes. Just different dialogue. Which makes no sense at all. Because I played the story mode. And I didn't stream it because I was like, the story mode is crap. I don't want to show you guys the story mode because it sucks. And I was like, but I know there's Nightmares mode, which is fun, which is going to be amazing. So all I got to do is play through Nightmares mode. All I got to do is play through story mode, and then I get to stream Nightmares mode. And I get to see how amazing it is because it's supposed to be a whole new story mode, but with zombies. Now, what it definitely looks like, it looks like when they were creating Black Ops, they're like, hey, we got the story mode, blah, blah, here it is. And then the team who's behind zombies were like, hey, what we should do? We should make an alternate campaign with zombies. Oh, that'd be great. Let's work on that. Actually, we don't got that much work. Can we just, take your guys' work that you did for story mode, and we'll just make the voice actors say different things so that it could sound like a whole new storyline. And it got me confused as fuck. Like, it didn't make sense at all. Like, the exposition is literally everywhere. Like, what mission am I on? I'm on this mission, right? And there's still exposition. The exposition should have been within these first two. There was good amount of exposition in this one. And there was a little bit in here, but there's still I'm pretty sure there's going to be exposition for days. And I probably will beat this, but I don't want to do it right now because every time I play it, I'm just like, what the heck is happening? What's happening? I don't get this. What is it? Okay. So the cutscenes are exactly the same. You could see the other main characters moving their mouth, but the only thing you hear is the character you created talking to another voice, a mystery. And apparently throughout Nightmares, you are dead, and you are experiencing everything up to your death to try and find something, try and seek truth. But what is it? That's what it is. That's all you're playing through in Nightmares mode. Now, you would think, oh, that's pretty interesting. They could add things in there, make you trip. But it's the exact copy and paste from story mode. But they just added zombies. Literally getting the zombie characters, the coding and everything from zombies and putting it zombies to kill. And it just doesn't make sense at all. Because you'll be playing and then you'll hear, I can't even explain how ignorant this is. Say there's a mission where you have to, in the story mode, there's a mission where you go inside of a place and you have to capture and kill someone, because they're a bad enemy and they're spreading off a virus or whatever to go around the world so that they could easily be attacked. Some crap like that, okay? Now in Nightmares mode, it would explain, oh yeah, they feel for the zombies and they think that the zombies are the next step in evolution. Wait, if they would think that, why wouldn't they kill themselves so that they could become a zombie, so that they could feel that higher level of becoming... it just doesn't make sense to me. They could have made it way better. But obviously, I don't know if they were pressed for time or they were just like, you know what, let's just, slap on some zombies here and then pass it off as a whole new storyline. And oh gosh, it sucks balls. That's the truth, man. All they have is just new words that they're saying, and all the words that they're saying, I'm not even interested in. I mean, it's pretty cool. You know, you can find a mystery box and you're blasting zombies, and you're like, oh man, this is freaking dope. This is fun. But what makes a game fun, besides gameplay, is storyline. Storyline builds a game. Sure, you could have a game that has no storyline and it could be fun as hell. But if you have a game that's fun as hell, and with the storyline, it just makes it perfect. Perfect. And with this game, the gameplay isn't that fun to make me ignore the lack of storyline. So it needs to have a better storyline in Nightmares for me to get more interested in it, because so far it's just being so confusing, especially if you already played. You have to play through the whole storyline. So even if you're trying to skip every cutscene, you have to at least pay attention to some story, right? And then when you go in here, since you realize, you know, the missions are the same, everything's the same, and you're like, wait, but this, like, literally, in the storyline, you're, like, pretty much best friends with Kane, this girl, like, at the end, and then she dies, and then your character's, like, crying, and you're like, oh, no, she's my best friend, blah, blah, blah. But in here, literally, a character asks you, oh, who was that woman that saved you? And then my main character's like, oh, no one. I don't know, some random chick. But in the main story, they're best friends. But in this story, you just brush them off like, I don't know, some random chick that saved my life. I don't know, random person. Like, what? And that got me confused. Okay. Nightmares was a flop, a fail. The storyline was a flop and a fail. Anything good about the storyline? Action. Killing zombies. It's pretty interesting. And what I really loved about Nightmares mode is that there's collectibles, right? And if you collect 3 of these collectibles in a row, it'll play a zombie song, an Easter egg song, which I really love, because I didn't know. You know, I was on the first mission and I got 3, and then I was like, wait, what, is that a song playing? And if you watch my stream, I like paused it. I tried to higher up the music volume, and I was like, oh, it is. This is so amazing. This is so fun. I was blasting it. I was like, blah, 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 killing zombies, and it got me into the zone, right? And then that feeling died down. And I was like, okay, the music's not doing it for me anymore. The classic, you know, Easter egg music isn't doing it for me. Killing these zombies isn't doing it for me. I'll just give up on this. You know, it's not that fun. So campaign has pretty much been a bust, a downer. Free run. Let's talk about free run. This is it's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fun. Like, look at this. I think this is pretty fun. This is interesting. And you could tell that they didn't want it to be like some huge thing. They were just like, you know what, let's just add this in for like an extra feature, maybe for people to get help, you know, trying to learn how to wall run and all this stuff while they're playing online, so they can make their skills better. And you could see, because you're like, okay, oh, I'm doing parkour, you know, I'm running, oh snap, there's a timer, maybe I could, you know, all right, let me try and do this thing. Oh man, my time's going up. Oh snap, I gotta make sure I beat this time limit. And you really get off that feeling. You're like, oh snap, I'm in a race, I gotta beat this, I gotta show my friends, you know, look at, I just beat this level in like 10 seconds, can you beat my level? And I think this is actually pretty fun. Like, playing this crap and you just like parkour, it really makes you feel like you're a beast at parkour. You're just like, holy crap, I'm doing parkour. Oh snap, I got a run and gun too. Holy crap, this is pretty dope. And then you're just doing stuff like this. And it does get difficult, and there is only like 4 levels, but I think that they could have added more levels to make it like fun. Make like leaderboards. I think they do have leaderboards like across the world to see how fast. I mean, they could have made this like competitive, but they were just like, nah, let's just, you know, brush this off just in case it doesn't do as good as we like. And it's pretty fun. I don't know if anybody else talks about it or anybody else, you know, thinks about it. But I think free run is pretty fun. Like, you're pretty much doing this. It's a race. And if it had more maps, they would definitely be able to, show people how fun this is and have like friends compete and do all this crazy stuff. Like, see me, look at I'm playing this, and I'm like, holy crap, I gotta swim fast. I gotta do this. And this is literally like just a small aspect. Like, has nothing to do with storyline, has nothing to do with anything, just something fun for you to do. So, in case you get bored of the story, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people should and will, and you don't like multiplayer because you're getting murdered, and zombies, you just been going to like round 1 million every single time, you're getting kind of bored of it, you could play this, and you're just like, oh snap, I'm a parkour legend, look at this, look at these skills, do you see these skills, man? Oh crap, holy crap, oh, and I just made it, like stuff like that, and it's pretty fun, and I beat my time, see? Stuff like that, and that's literally all it is. Something small to where you do parkour. And I think this is an interesting part that they added into it, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool actually. When I first saw it, I was like, what is this? Are they trying to like make like a parkour game? And then I like, that's literally how I judged it. And then I played it, I was like, okay, so it's kind of like practice to help you, because you would think like, okay, see that round thing that robot's running on, you're like, okay, there's nothing like that in story mode that could help me, or there's nothing like that online when there's like trees that you could run around and stuff like that. And so you're like, okay, so maybe if I play this and I brush up on my skills, I'll be able to do better. So free run is pretty fun, pretty good like time waster mini game that they added into Black Ops, which, I mean, what's bad about it? It's single player. I mean, I don't think. Let me see. Yeah, there's no free run. See, so you have to go to local to play it. So it's basically like just for kicks, just to help you on your parkour skills in the game. Because that's what this, that's what makes this Black Ops game the best, or whatever they're striving for. That you could wall run, which when they introduced it, I don't know if anybody was thinking about Brink. I believe that's the game, but I was thinking about it. Wall run, blasting people, killing them, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. So that helps you. Is there any? I was trying to go for the bad things, but I just saw free run, and I was like, let me talk about this. I don't think there's anything bad. Zombies. Let's talk about Shadows of Evil. Fun, but not fun. The Giant is way better than Shadows of Evil. Way better. Something about the simplicity of this classic map that still makes it fun today. And it came out how many years ago? Like 7? I don't even know. Years ago. This map came out. And the only thing different is that, the zombies, obviously, they're already running by round 2. Perks are different. Gumball machines. But the core setup of the map and everything is literally the same. And it gives you this nostalgic feeling while you're playing it. And it really makes you think, this is amazing, this is fun, this map is fun. Oh man, I could use the same strategies. Holy crap, zombies are like twice as running, they're twice as crazy as they used to be. And it creates a whole new experience. Not just a palette swap and, different elements to it, but it makes it fun. The bad parts, obviously it's not showing that much innovation if they're reusing maps. But how it goes in the storyline, then it makes sense that they're going to reuse a map. And I'm talking storyline, like there isn't a set storyline for zombies. It's pretty much Easter egg after Easter egg, and then you take it however way you want. So how this one is, it's like, okay, our characters, our old characters or new characters, we don't know what to say. They're in some type of time rift, and they came to this map to where it all began with the zombies, so that they could try and fix things and set things right. So that makes sense. It's storyline, right? Okay, yeah. So you're gonna revisit this map, but then if you're thinking about it, you're like, okay, they like literally just, okay, this map's tight. We used it in Black Ops 1. Let's use it again in Black Ops 3. Boom. Just make it look different. Slap, slap. Easy job. Right? Done. Now, that's the only bad thing about they're not showing innovation by new maps and new stuff, which is which is what they did with Shadows of Evil. I'm pretty sure while the creative team was making this, they must have thought, okay, we're not showing that much creativity and everything interesting about it. Let's put all of that creative thoughts and all these interesting things into Shadows of Evil. Shadows of Evil. Now let's talk about Shadows of Evil. 2 less is more, right? More is less. More is definitely less in Shadows of Evil map. It should have been called, something of the Dead. Now, if you played Black Ops 1, then you would remember the map. You would remember a map, Call of the Dead, which had movie star characters killing zombies. Then if you had Black Ops 2, you remember a map, Mob of the Dead, which also had movie star characters killing zombies. So you could definitely see a correlation. Mob of the Dead, Call of the Dead. They both have the word of dead in them. So it makes you think, okay, there's something similar about them. Okay, both of them use characters that we all know in real life. They're actors that we know about and talk about. And they kill zombies. That's pretty cool. Okay. Now this is definitely what Shadows of Evil should have been. Shadows of Evil could have been called, 1920s of the Dead or some crap of the Dead. Because they use characters we know today. Actors and stuff like this. Sure, they may look different, but they're all actors from today. And it doesn't feel like it has to do anything with zombies, literally. It could have been passed off as a DLC map and we wouldn't have cared. Because every map that they start out with in a game, with Black Ops 1, World at War, I'm going to put to the side. Because the first map that they put out, they were like, okay, let's add something fun. After you get to beat the game, you get to play this little secret, little Nazi zombies. Yeah, that's cool. So they didn't really add any story back then. Well, Black Ops 1, the first map, they're like, okay, here's your characters, here's some story, here's this. Black Ops 2, you're like, all right, here's some new characters, here's a new story, and, transit kind of sucks. Okay. Now, this one, they're like, here's your new characters, here's kind of a story, and then you're like, what? It doesn't make sense. They're not. This better not be our new set of characters. I mean, sure, they all have their perks and their cool quotes and like something good about them, but I don't feel attached to them. I don't feel like set with them. Kind of like when you first played Transit, you're like, okay, who are these new characters? I'm used to like the old classic characters, and then you have to warm up to them, and then you play more maps to get warmed up to them. That's the vibe that I'm getting at. I'm seeing these new characters. I'm not feeling set with them, and I'm not feeling good with them. So besides the characters, let's go on to actual gameplay. About the game and everything in it. You could turn into a beast. Yep, you turn into a beast. Which, when I saw and heard about, the first thing I thought about, I made the connection with Mob of the Dead. I made the connection with Mob of the Dead in Purgatory mode, which was a mode where you turn into a ghost and you get to perform tasks and do things to help you further yourself in the storyline, in the zombies map, and all this stuff, right? So that's exactly what I thought. Oh, this is what the beast is for. It helps you, do things like go. And that's exactly what happens, right? That's exactly what it's used for. That's the reason why you're a beast, right? I mean, it wouldn't make sense no other way, right? So, what is it? The beast. I couldn't think anything bad about it, because I made the connection that it was like Purgatory mode. But some people don't like it. Some people don't like that you have to turn into this monster and do certain tasks. Another interesting thing is that if you want Pack-a-Punch, you pretty much have to start the Easter egg, which I think is pretty cool because they're like, hey, you know what? Maybe you played our maps for over the years and you haven't even done one Easter egg and you don't know any about the storyline. Here, we'll just start you off the Easter egg, just watch a guide and then do the rest. Which I think is pretty cool because it kind of pushes people, oh, let's do the Easter egg. We're already opened up Pack-a-Punch and we're already listening to like some random guy talking to us. So I think that's pretty cool, but it feels forced. And you have to have a team to do it. Because if you're joining a lobby and you're like, all right, I want to open up Pack-a-Punch. No one else has a mic. You're working by yourself, basically doing every ritual. And no one even gives a fuck about that. But then you're thinking ahead. You're like, all right, at round 20, I'm going to want to Pack-a-Punch. But to them, they're like, all right, let's do it now. I'm trying to think about this thing. So that kind of sucks because you definitely need a team if you're trying to do this. Because by yourself, it's going to be pretty hard. And with two people, it'd be pretty easy, pretty good for you to do all the rituals and open up Pack-a-Punch. Now, what else with Shadows of Evil? What else about it? The random... I like how they pay homage to World at War Zombies in both maps, where you crouch under a perk machine and you get 100 points. Or the fact that the ray gun pushes you back every time you shoot it. I think that's pretty cool that they added those little elements to people are like, hey, you remember World at War? Yeah, we do too. Here's some secrets. So I think that's pretty cool that they had that stuff in there. But Shadows of Evil, definitely. It's pretty fun training and killing the zombies and like I actually like the fact that it's in the 1920s and sometimes you're like, oh yeah, oh let me listen to this jazz music that comes out of nowhere. Yeah, let me snap my fingers. That's pretty cool. It gets me into the field. You're like, okay, cool, this is cool. But it's not like, all right, let me play this for like 20 hours. I love this map. I love it. So yeah, Shadows of Evil, pretty good. Makes you, it feels huge, which I am glad that they made it big. It feels very big, but at the same time it doesn't. It feels big, but there's so much clutter in it that it feels small. And that's a pretty cool thing. Because if it was big, then you'd be like, holy crap, this is big. I feel safe. I train everywhere. But then with the clutter, you're like, oh crap, I'm claustrophobic. Zombies around this corner. Holy crap. And it gives you that sense of feel. You're like, oh. Is that a zombie? Is there a zombie there? It gives you that feeling where you're running down an alleyway and a zombie comes out of nowhere and hits you on the side of the face. You're like, oh crap. Then you jump and you do stuff that's pretty crazy. Now, with Shadows of Evil, as you see here, the cutscene, which I kind of don't like. I don't like the fact that you have to watch a cutscene every single time. I'm sorry for you that pressed that comment. I'm unable to see it. But don't worry. That's what I don't like, is that you have to watch this cutscene every single time before you want to watch a map. Or before you want to play a game, even if you're on solo. Here, let me end this. So with Shadows of Evil, I like that they had that feeling of claustrophobia, even though it was a very big map. They had parts, they're like added cars here, added boxes here, so that you think that it's big, when in reality it's like claustrophobic. As you're running down an alley, like I said, a zombie hits you. So the map, on how it's set up, is great. The storyline on it is like whatever, and it definitely has too much things happening in it. Too much things. With turning into a monster, that's pretty cool. But then you have random spawning bosses, the Mobwise or whatever the heck they're called. And then you have, instead of dogs, it's like some weird beast things. And then you have like people in robes trying to kill you every time you try and pick up a box. You're like, holy crap, this is too much for me to handle. Let me go play the giant, because it's so simple and pretty amazing. So I think the simplicity of, hey Austin, glad you're back. I'm just doing commentary. I'm not going to be playing because this is my final goodbye to Black Ops. So I'm going over everything good and bad with it. Right now I'm on the bad, and then I'll go to the good. Well, actually, I'm kind of doing both at the same time, the good and the bad. And I'm talking about zombies right now as a whole in Black Ops 3 and where it's at. The graphics are great. The zombies, since it's a new console, it could handle way more zombies than, Black Ops 1 could handle, World at War could handle, Black Ops 2 could handle. And you could see it because even if you're by yourself, there'd be like 80 zombies in front of you. And if you played Black Ops 2 so much, you were by yourself, you would expect only 20 zombies. But since it's a new, console, they're pushing more zombies in one area, and I think that's pretty interesting. It's pretty good, and it adds that feeling of a horde actually coming for you, because you'll be playing the game, and then you'll see like 50 zombies in front of you, be like, oh crap, which is pretty good, because it shows that this game could handle a lot of zombies, when in Black Ops 1 or World at War, if you got to a high round and there's like 100 zombies, then you'd be lagging out and tripping balls. Okay, but in this one, you get high rounds and there's like thousands of zombies, and it's running smooth, it's running great. So that's pretty good. Shadows of Evil still, I think, has too much in it, from riding a cart to turning into a beast to having these dog rounds, as they've been called. And it just seems like it's too much. That's why I've been saying less is more, in the aspect that that's what makes the Giant better. That it's simple, it has regular elements, dogs, zombies, calm, normal stuff. And that's why I like it more. While in Shadows of Evil, I feel like they're trying to push too much on us right now. This is barely the first map. Now I would understand if they have these elements on later in separate maps, but I believe they're going to cut that off. That in the next map, there's probably not going to be an ability to turn into a beast. There's probably not going to be these monsters or anything. So I think that this Shadows of Evil map probably could have come later as a DLC, and they could have pushed out a different map, and it would have been better. But this is a map that most people are going to be playing, because a lot of people don't buy the DLC. That's just truth, right? And when they play this game, obviously you're at least going to look at zombies to see out of it. And you're going to be playing this map. It definitely doesn't feel like a map you'd be able to play for hours. While on the Giant, on the other hand, since it's simple, since it's fun, you may think you're going to get bored of it, but there's just so much to it, even though it's so simple. And that's why the Giant, I think, is better, because the complexity, less is more, more is less. There's too much in Shadows of Evil, and that's why it's not as good as the Giant. The graphics are great. Everything's pretty cool. Zombies as a whole, it definitely made a step from Black Ops 2, from World at War. It's definitely getting better and funner, with different guns, different weapons, different zombies. And apparently in 2016, next year, for PC, they are going to let out the tools for custom zombie maps, which I think is pretty amazing, pretty fun, because people out there have talent and can make some amazing zombie maps. So I'm excited for that. Obviously, for PC user, you would be excited for that too, right? But sadly, I'm only on a console, so I won't be able to experience that unless I go out and buy, a computer that could experience it. So we talked about campaign. Multiplayer. Let's go to multiplayer. Multiplayer is pretty fun. It has the elements. I'm glad you love it. It has the elements of Advanced Warfare and the aspect that it's trying to be fast paced. But then it has the classic strategic, Black Ops method to it. Because if you played Black Ops, like going from Black Ops 3 or going from Black Ops 2 to Advanced Warfare, I didn't expect that at all. Because I played Black Ops 2 so much, looking around corners, waiting for someone to come, being calm, being strategic, and then you go to Advanced Warfare, where everybody's jumping around. There's people jumping up high, jumping low, and then you have to think fast pace on your legs, on your feet. You have to run, jump, fly. And then in Black Ops 3, it's a nice transition. Because sure, there is the fact that you could, do the jump boosts and stuff, but you're not jumping like 10 feet in the air, and you're not like flying across the map. So you have to be strategic in how you place your jumps, which I think is pretty amazing how they made this. The wall runs and everything, it just flows so nicely. It makes it feel fast paced and slow at the same time. Like as if you're not running, you'll still be fine. Where in Advanced Warfare, if you're not running, jumping, and diving, you're probably going to be dead. When in Black Ops 3, if you're running, jumping, and diving, you could be beast. If you're going slow, looking around corners, you could still be beast. So I really like the multiplayer that they have in this game. It really makes it fun. The arena mode that they added in there, which I think is amazing. I like the arena mode. You know, I've played it, and it's basically you choose a weapon to ban or protect, which means you can't use it for that match that you're playing in, and you get to choose any weapon, any attachments, and everything, which I think is pretty cool. It's kind of making it where it's trying to attract a new crowd of people that are serious gamers. I would say that play the multiplayer and they're really excited for their KDR. The arena match definitely shows your true skills, because maybe you're really good with the gun, but then someone will ban it or choose where you can't use it. So you have to be dynamic and use different guns. So it kind of truly shows your real skills. So arena mode is definitely a great mixture. And in what else? In regular multiplayer, the hardcore and core feel pretty different, because if you've played hardcore on other Call of Duties, you know, you would know that you could get shot like once and then you'll be fine. Twice, you'll be fine. Your screen will be super bloody and red. But in here, I don't know, man. It's like one shot and you're dead. Pretty much, that's how it feels. And the core mode feels it feels better. I love the core mode, because in past Call of Duties, I would play the core mode and I'll be like, okay, I gotta unload like 50 shots into someone's head to kill them. But in this one, it's kind of like only like 5 shots in someone's head and then you kill them. And then the hardcore is like super hardcore. Like you gotta freaking be on point with your aim, because if you miss one shot, then you're dead. So the online mode that Black Ops 3 has is pretty fun and pretty extraordinary, pretty amazing, because it has the fast-paced feel that Advanced Warfare has, and it has the slow strategic feel that the Black Ops has, and it makes it pretty fun to play. So online is pretty good. You know, there's obviously bad parts like the servers going down, you know, hosts leaving and all this stuff. So it has its good and its bad. Should you buy this game? Should you play it? What do I think about it as a whole? So I'm going over everything that I've talked about so far in the stream. The storyline fell so flat that if you're going to buy this game, if you like Call of Duty games for their story, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people do, because, you know, some of their stories aren't too bad. Some of them are actually pretty good, right? If you're trying to buy this game to play the story mode, don't buy it. The story mode is just going to disappoint you, and that's just plain fact. It has literally nothing to do with Call of Duty Black Ops 2 storyline or Black Ops 1 storyline. Like I said, the only reference that it has to a Black Ops game is when they actually mention Raul Menendez, which is the main enemy of Black Ops 2. That's literally the only connection that it has. It has no other connection. You know, you're not going through time, like playing different aspects of time like you did with Black Ops 2. There's no Sergeant Woods or Mason in it. There's no conspiracy theories or nothing crazy like that. So it could have been labeled as a standalone game based on its storyline as a whole. So if you're on the PS3 and you're like, man, I really want to play the storyline, better be lucky that your game doesn't come with the storyline, because it's just going to be a big bag of disappointments. It falls flat. They try and force characters on you, trying to force deaths, trying to force emotion, trying to force a connection, and I just don't feel it with this game. Nightmares mode, which is a mode that you get once you beat the whole storyline, is pretty much the exact... Alright, so what Nightmares mode is, how it's been sold as by people that are talking about it. It's been sold as, a whole new storyline with zombies. And let me show you. Okay, let me skip this. Nightmares mode. It's right here. So if you go to Nightmares mode right here, as you see, it's its own separate thing. Select missions. There's zombies in here, and it's different sets of missions, right? Nope, it's exactly the same mission, copy and paste from the storyline. And to get this, you have to play the storyline. So even if you're playing the storyline and you're not paying attention to it, then you're still gonna have to know something about what's happening in the main storyline, right? Then you go over to this Nightmares mode, to where it's been called, you know, a whole new storyline with zombies, right? But then you play it and it's the exact same missions with regular human enemies and zombies into it. And the only difference is the dialogue that your main character has, and it falls flat just as well. It does no justice to the zombie fans of Black Ops, of World at War, of Black Ops 1, of Black Ops 2. It does no justice to them. Sure, it's fun killing the zombies, but if you're really just going to play it for killing the zombies, then go play zombies. Go play zombies right there. But if you're trying to play it for some storyline, for something interesting, something more about the zombies, don't look too far, because it's not that much. Not that interesting. So, free run, which is right here. You can only play it if you're trying to play on local. Free run is pretty cool. It's pretty fun. It's kind of like a set of courses, only 4. So it shows that they didn't put that much effort to it. But it's kind of helping you on your parkour skills that you're going to be using in the story mode, or you're going to be using on multiplayer. So that's pretty cool that they added that small section in there, and they didn't like show that it's going to be something amazing. It's just something in there to help you on your parkour skills. So that's pretty cool. Now the zombies, as I just talked about, Shadows of Evil, not as good as the Giant. Pretty much simple. So if you're gonna buy this game just for the storyline, don't do it. If you're gonna buy this game just for the multiplayer, then you should do it, because the multiplayer, that's cool. I'm glad you like it. Some people like it, some people don't like it. I'm just giving my honest opinion about the game as a whole. So if you're gonna buy, like I said, if you're gonna buy the game for multiplayer, then you should do it, because the multiplayer is fun. And with every Call of Duty game, like, you could go back on Modern Warfare 2 and you could still find a match. So obviously there's still going to be people playing Black Ops 3 multiplayer in like 10 years or 5 years, right? And if you're going to get it for zombies, then I would say wait for DLC to come out, because if you're really interested in zombies, then you should wait till some better maps come out, like for DLC, which I hope that they come out with better maps. So if you're going to buy it for zombies, you should hold back, because the only good map is the Giant, which is a DLC map. And the only way you could get that is if you purchase I believe it's the Season Pass. Yeah, multiplayer is fun. I love multiplayer too. So if you're going to get this game for the zombies, you should wait, because if you want to play the Giant, which is a better map than the standard Shadows of Evil, which it comes with, then you should wait, because the Season Pass is $50 and the game new is $60. So you should wait a couple of months to where the game is at least $40 and the Season Pass is barely like $30. So you won't be spending as much as you would now, which is probably like $100 if you buy the game and the DLC with like the combo in it. So if you're gonna buy it for the zombies, I say wait, sit back. It's not that important. So multiplayer, great, amazing. You should play it. You should buy it for multiplayer. Storyline sucks. Don't play the storyline. If you play the storyline, you're probably gonna get disappointed. There is action in there. There is fun parts where you're like killing people. But what makes the story great besides gameplay is obviously story. And this game had no story. The multiplayer, super fun. Zombies, super fun. What do I rate this game out of 10? What do I rate the story out of 10? The story mode out of 10? Probably about a 4. I've seen way better storylines in way better games. In indie games that weren't AAA titles, that didn't have $1 million budget. Cheap, free games that had way better storyline than this one. So it's definitely a 4. I've seen worse storylines too, believe me. The multiplayer, I don't want to say too much, but I would say a 9 to a 10 on the multiplayer. The multiplayer is fun, and it's really great transition. If you played Advanced Warfare so much and then you jump into here, you're not going to be hit with you have to go slow, because they have these jump parts and parkour, and it's pretty fun. So the multiplayer high. Zombies, comparing it to Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 and World at War, how it starts off so far with the standard map of Shadows of Evil. That's what I'm basing it off. Not the DLC map. The Shadows of Evil map, definitely a 6 or a 7. It's not the best map to start off a Call of Duty Zombies, storyline with, as you started off with the theater from Black Ops 1, and in Black Ops 2 Transit was horrible. But you had these other maps that you were able to play through. Other maps where you could just survive on, which is pretty cool. Because it came with, I think, three maps that you could play Grief on, and Black Ops 2 had that cool part. So even if you were getting it for just the zombies, Black Ops 2, you had other maps to play. While in this one, it only comes with one map standard, and it isn't the best. The DLC map is better. So I would say the zombies, obviously 7 so far. But once the DLC comes out, I'm pretty sure they're going to do better, let out better zombie maps. But so far, the zombies part isn't doing as great as I would expect, as I would hope for. So this game is $60 right now. And if you're watching this right now, then that means it's $60. But if you're watching this in like a couple of months, then maybe it's cheap. Maybe you should get this game. Would I buy this game? Would I go back in time and invest my money back into it? Yes, because I could already see that there's going to be great things in this game in the future, with further maps, with DLC, with multiplayer maps, with playing all this stuff. I could see the great things in it. Was it too much? Yes, this game costs way too much. Too expensive. So if you're trying to get this game, I recommend waiting a few months, or waiting maybe for Black Friday. Maybe it'll be on sale for $40, hopefully, right? But you should wait for this game if you really want to play it. But unless you're right here, you're like, man, I need to play this game, I need to get my fix in of my Call of Duty Black Ops, then go buy it right now. But I would recommend holding back on it and waiting to see how the franchise grows and how people talk about it in the end. Because with every game, when it first comes out, everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest game in the world. This is the best game. But then a few months later, no one will talk about it. With Titanfall, that's the exact thing. When Titanfall first came out, you would hear, like, you go to a corner, there'll be some old lady there like, hey, did you play that Titanfall? It's pretty cool. And everybody was talking about it. And then now, there's like no one talking about it. It died. So you should wait to see if this game dies, which I really doubt it, because Call of Duty games don't die. They live on like a phoenix. You could still go play Modern Warfare 2. You could still play, Black Ops 1, World at War. You could still play these other old Call of Duty games. So I doubt this game is going to die down, but I think you should wait for a couple of months to see if it's still as good as you think now, because hype kills games. That's pretty cool. You're getting the PS4 bundle for Black Ops 3. That's pretty cool that you're getting that, man. I hope you enjoy Black Ops 3, and I hope it's as fun as you imagine. But if you could get it now, if you really love it, there's nothing wrong with buying it now. But if you should wait to buy a game unless you freaking need it. Like today, on how gaming industry is, they kind of force you to buy the game early with all this, pre-order now, pre-order this. The game will still be there in a couple of months, and if you don't get the pre-order bonus, I'm pretty sure in the couple of months that you wait to buy the game, the pre-order bonus will be able for you to download or something special, right? Because, what did you get for the pre-order bonus of Black Ops? Oh, you got some coasters if you wanted to spend like $100. You got some coasters, you got the hardcover. But those are just like things you'll probably forget about in a couple of months. The DLC you could get like later. The only real thing that you got was the beta, which didn't really matter. Sure, it was fun. But the pre-order bonuses, It's just the gaming industry trying to put their squeeze on you and trying to get as much money as possible. They're trying to force you to buy the game soon so that you could spend the most amount of money. While if you were to wait a couple of months, you could buy the exact same game for cheaper. So you should just wait on buying games unless you really want to, which it's pretty cool, if you want to buy a game as soon as it comes out. Like that's what I did with this game. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to buy it as soon as it comes out. I just did it with this game. But I want you to know that there's nothing wrong with buying it a month late. It's okay if your friends are like, "Oh my gosh, did you play this game?" And you're like, "No, I'm waiting till it's cheaper." There's nothing wrong with that. And if your friends freaking talk crap to you, be like, "Calm down, man. I'll buy the game in a few months when it's $10 cheaper, when it's $20 cheaper." So, if you want to buy this game, wait till it comes out. It's a pretty fun game, pretty amazing. Based on the storyline and zombies. I mean, not based on the storyline. The storyline sucks. Let that be set in stone. Storyline for Black Ops 3 is sucky. And I'm comparing the storyline for Black Ops 3 again to Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1. It kind of sucks. Okay. One of the people watching my stream just brought up a valid point. He's talking about the PS3 and Xbox version that are only running 30 FPS. I'm going to talk about that right now. I went to my friend's house and he had Black Ops 3 for the PS3. And I was like laughing at him almost. I was like, "Bro, you have a PS4, why didn't you get it?" And he's like, "Well, it's cheaper. It's $40 or $45 if you want to get it for PS3." And I believe it comes with Black Ops 1. I think GameStop is the only place that's doing that deal where if you get Black Ops 1, or if you get Black Ops 3 for the PS3 or Xbox 360, you also get Black Ops 1. But I don't know if there's, like, every place is doing that. So it's only $45, so it's cheaper. It doesn't come with storyline, which, believe me, you're not missing out much. But the graphics are horrendous. Literally ugly. Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 looks better than that. Call of Duty World at War looks better than that. I don't know what the heck they were thinking. Now, obviously, alright, so I'll tell you the story. Black Ops 3. So the people that produced it for the PS4 are not the same people that produced it for the PS3. I know it sucks for the Xbox 360. So the people that made the game for the next gen consoles, Activision and all these huge companies, right? Raven and all this stuff. They made it for the PS4. Then they licensed out the codes and everything to a smaller company to basically make it for the PS3. Now the smaller company, I can't remember the name of it, who produced it for basically the PS3, but as you see, they did not put that much job into it, and they were just like, "Alright, let's just make it. We'll make like half our money since we're licensing their money." And all the big people at Activision, all they had to do was license out the software and everything to make Black Ops 3, and they're making their money. But the player is losing out so much on it. You could see, and the vibe that I got and my friend got playing the game was that they're trying to push us to buy the next gen console. And you could see it. You could feel it. Based on the slow graphics and how ugly it looks, you could see that they're trying to push you to the next gen console. They're like, "Alright, we're still making this game, just so people won't rage too much, but we're going to make it like crap." And it is so ugly, man. I can't even say anything. It's just that ugly. Go look up a video like right now. If you don't believe me. Go look up a video, comparison of PS3 to PS4 Black Ops 3, and you will see the difference is like so crazy. You're like, "Holy crap." It looks ugly on PS3 and Xbox 360. The gaming industry is just trying to push you for that new... Yeah, my friend wasted his money on Black Ops 3 for the PS3 too. I know how you feel, man. My friend did the exact same thing. And as I was playing it, I was like, dude, you seen me stream on PS4, right? And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, you could tell the difference. And he knew right away. Like, he done screwed up. The game sucks. And you can't return that crap to GameStop. They're like, "Okay, it's open. We'll give you $1." Like, GameStop, you freaking suck at returning games. So the storyline, crap. Multiplayer, beast, zombies, okay. But for PS3 and Xbox 360, oh my gosh. So ugly. So horrific. It literally looks like it could have been a PS2 game. That's how it looks. It looks freaking horrible. It's all crap. Okay, let's talk about the multiplayer. A thing that I like from the multiplayer, I'm adding on to, what I'm talking about, is that the gore. I don't know if you may have noticed it, but if you sort of like throw a grenade at someone, maybe their limbs will explode, which is something that World at War had, which I really loved World at War for that. You would throw a sticky grenade at someone's foot, and they would their leg would explode, and you're like, oh crap, that's crazy, son. You freaking cut someone's arm off, cut their head off, and all this guts and gore, which really showed, the rated M. And then every Call of Duty after that, up to this one, has had no gore in it. You throw a sticky grenade at someone, they would explode, but their body would be intact, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's real. But in this one, if you have the specialist class with the bow and you shoot someone, their body will explode, and you're like, oh crap, that's realistic. That would really happen. And I really like that they brought that back, because it kind of brings a realistic element to it. And I could already hear the mothers out there, or fathers, oh, my kid, he's becoming a killer because he's playing Black Ops 3 and it has gore. No, games don't make kids the way that they are. Parents do that. Because the parents okay, yeah, play this game, just sit in your room, we don't care about you. And then the kid gets lost in the game, and they create a world around the game. That's why. It's not because the blood and gore. Parents just got that crap mixed up. I really like the fact that they added that into the game, though. That they added the gore back into it, which I thought was a pretty cool part on them, and it made it pretty interesting. But back to the PS3 and Xbox 360. As I was playing it with my friend, he went on online, and I was like, okay, obviously there's gonna be some people here, but there was a lot of people, and a lot of people were having fun. They're like, oh crap, I'm killing this person. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, they probably never seen how it looks on PS4. They probably don't even care, because they're missing out on so much, on everything. The heads-up display, your guns, how everything looks is just so different that it's really hard to tell that they're both the exact same game. It's really hard to tell. Based on the graphics, it just looks like cardboard. Everything looks bad. But at least the people that are playing it for PS3 are having fun until they realize that PS4 and Xbox One graphics are way better to the game that they're playing right now. Which it kind of sucks, because they're going to feel, oh crap, they're going to get the exact same feeling that I got, that they're trying to push you towards playing the next gen console. They're trying to push you towards getting the next gen console. That the PS3, the Xbox 360 people could still have a great game, and they wouldn't have to worry about getting crap cut off, like a story mode getting cut off based on the fact that they're playing an old gen console. What's my favorite weapon in multiplayer? The Vesper. It's a submachine gun with the highest fire rate, and I really love it. You just have to get your accuracy right if you're using that gun. I believe you unlock it at rank 19, but it's a pretty great gun. Phone's ringing. I'll be back. I don't know if honestly, all of the guns that I've seen in the multiplayer, I do not remember them from any other Call of Duty game. Obviously the rocket launchers are pretty much the same every Call of Duty. It's rocket launcher, and then this one that only detects aircrafts. So that's pretty much the same. But the Vesper, I do not know if it was on Ghost. I did play Ghost, and Ghost was another game that you kind of want to brush off as not being a Call of Duty game. It was fun and all. It was pretty cool, but yeah. I don't know if the Vesper was on Ghost. I should look that up and see. But yeah, the Vesper is my favorite gun in multiplayer. What was I talking about? Zombies, pretty cool. Oh, okay. Maybe it was. I don't really know if it was or wasn't. So yeah, people are gonna get the feeling that these big corporations, these AAA titles, are trying to push them towards the next gen console, which really sucks because the next gen console, they're not cheap. I believe the PS3 is $399, but obviously Black Friday is coming up. It's gonna be like $299. I'm not sure what the Xbox One price is, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot. Like even if $399 or $299, the M8 A7, that's an assault rifle, right? The gun's pretty cool. The assault rifle is pretty cool. The M8 A7, right? Is that one fully automatic or is that a burst one? But it kind of sucks for people being pushed to play this game on the next gen console. I really wish they could just enjoy it. Why can't we all just be PC gamers? Oh, it's 3-round burst? Yeah, that's what I thought. I like the burst assault rifles because they do have good damage, and because they're a burst, they give you a better accuracy than fully automatics. So this game was great. Like I said, if you want to buy it, you should wait. But it's okay if you buy it new. It'll still be fun. This is our final goodbye to Black Ops 3. I'll see you later, Black Ops 3. I'll stream you later. Remember that I will be streaming what game was it? I was gonna stream a game. What was it? Telltale's of Walking Dead Season 2. I will be streaming that game soon. I'm saying goodbye to this game because we'll see you later, Black Ops. I've been streaming you for a long time, and you know what? Let's play one more match with zombies. A solo match for old time's sake. Yeah, there's a burst LMG. I can't remember the name of it. But that one I kind of don't like, only because an MLG, or I mean, MLG, Major League Gamer. No, an LMG is large machine gun, right? And with usually LMGs, you want to, since it has a lot of ammo, you usually spray with it and then you hit people. But the 3-round burst on the LMG, I don't really like that one because it kind of sucks. I really wish that it was fully automatic. I can't remember the name of it. I remember there's the Gordon, or I think it's the Gordon or something like that. That light machine gun, it has a slow fire rate but a lot of ammo and it's pretty strong. But I can't remember the 3-round burst that you're talking about. There is a 3-round burst gun. I can't remember the name of it though. But yeah, this is zombies. This is the map. Look at how amazing it is. If you've played World at War and you saw this map. Oh, the Gorgon. Yeah, the Gorgon is the one that has a small firing rate. Like, it's pretty slow, and your character moves around slow with it. But it's very strong and powerful, so that one's pretty good. But look at this map. If you played World at War, if you played Black Ops 1, and you played this map, and you play it now, you're like, holy crap. I love it. Just based on the looks. And then the zombies and everything. The zombies are freaking something else. Like, if you've played this on round 2, the zombies are already running. You know, simple tactic. Yeah, I love the Rise too. This map is my favorite zombie map so far. But I really would love for them to do like a resurrection thing, which is in Black Ops 1. The final DLC that they had was Resurrection, which had all of the old World at War maps on them, which is pretty dope. And if they did that here, had all the Black Ops 2 maps, had all the Black Ops 1 maps, that would be the best thing ever. But I really doubt they're going to do that because that's a lot of coding to do. I mean, pushing it to the next gen and adding graphics, and it may take them a couple years if they try and do that. But they're a AAA title, they have millions of dollars. I'm pretty sure they would. And if they did, all of the zombie players, all of the fans of zombies would buy it. I'm pretty sure. Because I would definitely buy that stuff. But like I said, I doubt they're going to do it just because Money. And even I'm thinking with the PS3, I don't think there's DLC. They said they announced they're gonna have limited DLC, which, as I heard, was pretty much no DLC, because you cannot get the giant on PS3 or Xbox 360, which sucks, because this map is fun. You can only play Shadows of Evil on Xbox 360 and PS3. I almost said PS1. And another cool thing is that PlayStation finally gets the DLC maps first. I've been waiting so long for this day because I hated getting the maps a month later from everybody else. I mean, never mind, scratch that. I didn't hate it, I just despised it. I really wish that if Xbox and if Microsoft and PlayStation, if we all got the maps on the same day, it wouldn't care. It wouldn't matter. But now that PS4, gets the maps first, I definitely know that there has been an influx in PS4s buying it. Definitely, like, all the people that make videos, like on YouTube, and they always got to be the first one to upload a video about the new DLC for Call of Duty. Obviously, all of them had to buy a PS4, if they want to get the DLC, if they want to get the views and all this crap, right? So it definitely helped the sales of this game and the PS4 to get sales. But I mean, I really wish they would have got the DLCs on the same day, because it wouldn't matter. And I'm pretty sure that's why a lot of people have been buying the PS4. If they bought this game, then they want to get it just for the DLC being first, which, I mean, is pretty cool. Getting the DLC first, and I kind of like it, because my friends that had Xbox 360s, we were playing like the old Call of Duties. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, how's your DLC?" I'll be like, the DLC doesn't come out for another month for us, and they're like, "Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought." Now I'm gonna go to my friends. I'm like, "Hey, how's the DLC?" And they're like, "What?" But exactly, we get it first now. But I don't see why people fight over consoles. All consoles have their goods and bads about them. Every console has their goods and bads. PS4 is pretty powerful, but it lacks, what does it lack? I think the accessibility, the flexibility of, the Xbox. But no matter which one you get, you'd still be happy with whatever console you get. Or you could just get, a PC and be happy. But the only thing with PC is the constant upgrading, because there's always new tech every single year. You can't escape it. So if you're a PC gamer, it's kind of hard not to drop like $3,000 on a computer. Like if you want to be a PC gamer, a lot of people would recommend, dropping like 10 grand or friggin' $3,000, and you're thinking to yourself, that's way too much money. And you're right. If you're trying to be a PC gamer, you could go out there and buy a $700 computer and buy all the games you want. But you're constantly going to be reminded by the fact that there's always going to be new tech. Like a graphics card that you just bought, that was like $300. Next year, it'll be worth like $150, just because there's already a new. Oh, this is it. No, that's not it. It's not the BRM that's 3-on burst. So that's kind of the bad about PC gaming. There's always new tech, so you always got to be spending money. I mean, you don't always have to, because your PC will be good for another few years until everything is pushed to the max. But gamer, whether you're on PC, whether you're on console, whether you're on Nintendo, it doesn't matter. We're all gamers. All of us. We are all doers too. The phone is ringing. I bet it's going to be unknown name. Let me go get that. Unknown name. That's literally all my caller ID says. Unknown name. And I have no idea why. It's pretty weird. I hope you guys are enjoying this stream, you know, this final goodbye to Black Ops as we play this map. I know I could go far, but I'll probably die in a little bit right now. Just because you gotta say goodbye to the things you love. You gotta let them go. You gotta let it go. Let it go. No. They say if you love it, let it go. So I'm letting this game go. It's gonna be gone. No, hold it back anymore. Let it go. Let it go. There's the Gorgon. Yeah, look at this. See, it has slow fire rate. And it, like, if you're moving with it, if you're reloading with it, you definitely see that you move slower. But, yeah. If you're watching this stream and you're not a follower, I know you are, Austin, and I thank you for it. And I would kindly appreciate it if you follow. Now, once again, since I'm streaming on PS4, sadly, I do not have a notification, which is like if you follow, like on other streamers, if you follow, you're gonna like see a huge like thing pop up on the screen, like blah blah blah, just followed. I really want that because I really want to thank every person that follows me. I like the ranking system they added to zombies. That's something I did not touch on when I was talking about the game earlier, but I'll talk about it right now. The ranking system, it definitely gives you, like, if you want to play a game and you want to be the best, if you want to be the very best that no one ever saw, you got to catch them all, man. You got to catch all the zombie points, got to get to the highest rank, and it's pretty cool ranking up system because I remember playing Black Ops 1 and you go to a map and the first thing you press is the options to see how long they survived. And then if you join someone and then you see, oh, this person looks cool, this looks like we'll go far, and then you press that button to pause to see how far they got, and you're like, wait, they made it to round 3, that's their highest round, like these are noobs. So it kind of helps you. It kind of helps you distinguish the people that play the game a lot and are good at it, and distinguish the people that hardly play it, that are noobs, basically, right? But it's okay, because even if, like, me, I don't judge. I'll go into a match and everybody's rank 1. I'll still play with them. But if I play with you on a map, don't quit. I hate so much when people quit. It's like the worst thing ever. People quitting. It's like, why even play? And in this one, in Black Ops 3, if you're in a zombies map and you leave, it'll do 2 things: migrate host or quit it altogether. And it's so sad. It's so sad to see. It sucks. It sucks so much. Where's the last zombie? It does. So that's kind of like a bad thing, quitting. That's always been a problem. Playing on zombies, people quit and then it just ends the game. That just happened to me, I think, the other day. It was on Shadows of Evil. We opened up the Pack-a-Punch room and it was barely like round 4, but someone quit, and no, they actually lagged out. The host lagged out and it ended the game for all of us. So that sucks. But the ranking system, I love it. You know, it's better than Black Ops 2 ranking system, only because Black Ops 2 ranking system was kind of like a beta for this. It was kind of like, okay, you know what, let's just make something small as a ranking system. It doesn't really mean much. It just shows if you're really good at the game or if you're bad. And it helps people distinguish noobs between that. That's pretty much what the Black Ops 2 ranking was. And then this one, you could really see the skill level. I mean, that's not saying that everybody with a high skill level is beast and everybody with a low skill level is horrible. Because believe me, I've played with people that are like Prestige 2 or Prestige 3 and they suck. They got like 10 kills and I'm like, how? It's just people could, you know, if you do the Easter egg like 4 times, you already be like rank 20. Because it gives you a lot of XP. But I like the ranking system. And you could rank up playing solo, which for me, it's really funny. Because with me, I play solo and I go to like round 20 just by myself, murder. Then I play multiplayer with this, like Zombies Online, and I suck. I'm like, what's happening to me? Why am I sucking so much? I don't know what it is. I'm just like, forget jugs. Let me just get Speed Cola. I kind of like that they added new songs to the if you hear it, you know, it's different from the original song, which is pretty cool because they haven't changed it up too much. But yeah, Black Ops 3 Zombies is pretty dope. Well, Derize is. Derize is the best. I'm dead. It's alright though. I was planning to die soon. Because this is the end, man. If you love it, just let it go. And I'm letting you go, Black Ops. I'm saying goodbye in the stream that we have together. I've been streaming you for so long. For the months that we've been together. For this long time. I stream to tell you goodbye. I stream to let you go. To pass over. It's not you, it's me. I want to find new people. Meet new people. I want to be the best that I can be. And you've been holding me back. I gotta fly. I gotta flow. I gotta let this go. And goodbye, Black Ops. You were great to me. You treated me right. But there's other games out there. There's plenty of fish in the sea. And I gotta catch them all, you know. So I'm ending this. Getting choked up. I think a tear's running down my face. But I'm saying goodbye to Black Ops. I love you. You're great. I will stream you later. But I hope this gives you a, you know, aspect if you should really buy the game, if you should buy late. If you're just lurking, you know, coming in to watch for like 2 seconds, please leave that follow. I would greatly appreciate it. And I love your face. You're great. I could do anything. If you want to watch me stream this, if you want to watch me play this game, you know, you could go to my past broadcasts, because believe me, this is the last thing I've been, this is the only thing I've been streaming for like a month now, since, I mean, the game has came out, which is only like, I don't know, a couple of weeks. But yeah, I've been streaming it for a month. Doesn't make sense, but who cares? So goodbye, Black Ops. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you, Austin. You're great. I love you, man. Thank you for being here. You're amazing. You get an award. Austin5609. Thank you for being here. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for talking to me. And thank you all for watching. See you next time. I could do anything. And I could do streaming.